The next thing that God told me to tell you. Oh, I know, it was this hymn. This is an easy hymn, boys and girls, because it's the same words over and over again. Nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. All I want is one with thee, one with thee. Still my song shall be, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer, my God, to thee, nearer to thee. So eventually you will learn to sing that song, and I'm going to give you a piece of my tie so that we can remember, nearer, my God. See what else? This is a good song for children. We'll check that off, we'll check that off, we'll check that off, we'll check off. He is love. Boys and girls, here's a good song for children. This is a good song for children. He is love. He is love. He has shown us by his life that he is love. All his people sing with one voice of joy that Jesus Christ is love. Think you can get it the second time around? I couldn't. He is love. He is love. He has shown us by his life that he is love. All his people sing with one voice of joy that Jesus Christ is love. Now we have to go to Matthew 12 and find something in there for you to remember. Matthew 12, one thing I remember is very good is do not condemn the guiltless. Matthew 12. And it's verse 7. But if you had known what this means, you would have mercy and not sacrifice. You would not have condemned the guiltless. And I feel that a woman in Louisiana who called me up, saw a chat with Glendora on the YouTube, is being condemned and that she is guiltless. And the man with a withered hand, and Jesus said to the man, hold forth your hand. And the man did, and the hand was made whole. And Jesus didn't charge for healing. No Medicare. It is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days. Then said Jesus to the man, stretch forth your hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was rendered whole, like as the other. A house divided against itself cannot stand. A house divided against itself cannot stand. So do everything you can to keep your house in unity. This is Matthew 12. This is our scripture for today. All right. Let's see what else the Lord wants you to know. Oh yes, careers. I want you to start thinking about a career right now. Here's your 2 pieces of tie you earned. Think about a career right now, boys and girls. Watch a chat with Glendora from the 1988 archives, and you'll see all kinds of careers there. Careers in advertising, careers in television, careers in finance. And the people came and told you about them and even offered to talk to you about them. Careers in being a town manager, careers in being a town clerk, careers in being a librarian, careers in being a teacher. Two teachers were being interviewed, and they were asked by the reporter, what do you like best about being a teacher? And the first teacher says, motivating young minds, developing character, turning children into good Americans. And the reporter said to the second teacher, what do you like best about being a teacher? What 3 things? And the second teacher said, June, July, and August. So you'll get a plus mark if you think of your career. Go to the library and read about careers. When you watch television, look at what people are doing and see if you want that for a career. We were supposed to use those words in a sentence. What was the first word? Adept. And what does adept mean? Fully skilled, well-versed, proficient, and expert. Use that word in a sentence. I want to be adept in the career I choose. Next word was adequate. Use that in a sentence. I want to be adequate. Equal to and commensurate with the requirement. When somebody makes a requirement on me, I want to be equal to it and commensurate with it. I want to be adequate. What was the third word? Oh, adiaphorous. Did you like a chat with Glendora? It was adiaphorous. It was neither good nor bad. It doesn't make a difference. Adhere. I want to adhere to God. I want to be one with God. I want to adhere to do not condemn the guiltless. And then, what was the next one? Adieu to God. We had a good time watching the SS Glendora After School Happy Show today, and now we will say adieu. We will say to God, or God be with you, goodbye. There, we did that. We only have one more thing. I want to teach you what Anno Domini is. Whenever you say the date, whenever you say the year 2010, you say Anno Domini, because that's the year of your Lord. The first year was your Lord Jesus Christ. The second year, 2 AD. AD stands for Anno Domini. Anno is Latin for year. Domini is Latin for of God, of the Lord. Anno Domini. This is the year 2010. Anno Domini. And the first decade, almost, of the second millennium is almost over. The first millennium was 0 to 1,000. The second was 1,000 to 2,000. Excuse me, it's the third millennium, 2001 to 3,000. 2010 what? Anno Domini. You get a piece of my tie. And we're all done for Chat with Glendora. For this week. And I'll see you next week or maybe even sooner. And we will have more fun. Before I go, I'm going to write down a number from 1 to 10. And let's see if you can guess it. What do you say it was? A number from 1 to 10. If you said 2, here it is, 2. If you said 2, you are right. And you get a piece of my tie, and you call me up, and I'll send you a piece of my tie. Adieu to God. Goodbye. God be with you. Folks, before I said goodbye to the boys and girls, I forgot to tell them about, I finally found out what eating is all about. Yeah. You can eat and still be hungry. But if you eat nutrition, you won't be hungry. It's hard to explain. If you're hungry, and if you eat a bowl of hot cereal, like malt cereal, or Wheatina, or cream of wheat, or farina, or oatmeal, and you eat a bowl of that with a biscuit, you won't be hungry for a long time. Because your body got nutrition. It got what it was looking for. Whereas if you eat a sweet roll, or a donut, or a cookie, or a piece of cake, your body's going to be hungry. And it keeps going to say, feed me, feed me, feed me. Because you didn't feed it nutrition. And after you've eaten your cereal, you'll be a long, long time before you're hungry. And then when you're hungry again, you drink a nut fruit shake. What is a nut fruit shake? It's 4 bananas. This is a recipe. The serving is not 4 bananas. Okay, this is a recipe. 4 bananas, a large can of pineapple juice, half a cup of cashews, and a half a cup of oatmeal. And you blend it all together and you drink a glass of it. It's going to be a long time, and it's delicious. It's going to be a long time before your body's hungry. A long time. And then when your body's hungry again, you don't feed it a piece of pie, or a piece of candy, or a piece of cake, or a cookie, or a bagel, or a buttered roll. No. Because that's not the nutrition that your body's asking you for. You're going to be very hungry right after that. No, the third time your body's hungry, you feed your body a peanut butter sandwich on one of the biscuits that you made. That's nutrition. About the best nutrition there is. And your body's going to not be hungry. For a long time, your body's not going to be hungry. Because you've given it nutrition. That's what it was asking for, nutrition. It wasn't asking for a lot of sweets and a lot of carbohydrates. And then it'll be a long time before your body is hungry again. And this time, you feed it fresh fruit or fresh vegetables. And that's the nutrition that your body was craving for. And then in the meantime, you've eaten only nutrition, and you're going to look so much better. You're not going to be fat, and your skin is going to have good tonus, and you're going to have good color, and you're going to be vigorous. I'll tell you the recipe for the biscuits. I showed it to you once on TV. It's easy. 3 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, a couple of teaspoons of baking powder, half a cup of vegetable oil. By the way, mix your dry ingredients before you put in the vegetable oil. And 3/4 a cup of water. And mix it all together. And then take it out and start kneading it. It all comes together very nicely. It either adheres or coheres. And then you put a little bit of flour on your counter and put your ball of dough and work it some more and put a little dough on, a little flour on the top. Then take your rolling pin, flatten it out, and then take your measuring cup and put a little flour on the rim of that, and then cut out your biscuits and then cook them. You know then that you're eating good ingredients and not any unnecessary ingredients. Sometimes you can put raisins in them. Sometimes you can put cinnamon in them, but the plain ones are really very good. You want to see some? Stay here. Stay right here. I'll go show you some. Too bad you can't eat them. I like the little pieces almost better than the biscuits. Here's one. Oh, he's delicious. So you eat those 4 things. Hot cereal, your nut fruit shake, peanut butter on one of your biscuits, peanut butter sandwich made with your biscuit, and fresh fruit and vegetables. That's it. If you go off that, your body's going to be very sick. Alrighty. Now, I've asked you to videotape your autobiography. I think it's something that's good and is owed to you, and I think it's something that is good and owed to your family, to your progeny, to your ancestors before you, and to your progeny after you. Misers are not much company to live with. They aren't very pleasant to live with, misers, but they do make good ancestors. And the man says, there's just one thing that kept me from being rich. And his friend says, what was that? And he says, money. And the little boy was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he says, I want to be a philanthropist. A philanthropist? Why? They seem to be the ones with the money. Do you know the difference between a Xerox machine and the flu? A Xerox machine makes facsimiles, and the flu makes sick families. I'll go over now and set up. I think I just have 2 more parts of my autobiography to tell you. This happens to be a very interesting part. It's the years 1955 to 1960, when I was on WRGB General Electric, Channel 6, doing the SS Glendora and the Satellite 6, and when I was a TV star. And today, 50 years later, it happened just Friday in Walmart. And it happened again Friday in Walmart. Are you the Glendora who was on Channel 6? Yep.
It has to go on videotape. At NBC, Andrew Kurzman got paid $600 a day. And for a half a day at Reuters, he got paid $300 a day per half day. And he was just calling me now from NBC, 30 Rockefeller Plaza in New York. So Mr. Shea was a great Boston Red Sox fan.
The owner of Milton Bradley.
Extended the contract to 15 weeks. 13 weeks was the original, and he extended to 2 weeks. And no, it wouldn't be renewed after that. And he was very careful to tell me that himself and not have it funneled down through an underling, and he was very careful to face me, the honorable thing to do. So it was over. And I didn't understand the reason then, but obviously the reason is that it's a children's product, it's a Christmas present kind of thing, and if the Milton Bradley company didn't make it at Christmas time, that was it for the year. They had to make it at Christmas or not make it at all. And so it was not extended. Now, we go to 1956. So, I made a picture book of the photos of the SS Glendora as it was sponsored by Milton Bradley on WBZ TV. And I put that under my arm and I went to TV stations in Hartford and in Boston and in Albany. WRGB General Electric in Schenectady. Another dominant, huge television station. And this one, instead of being Electric Company Westinghouse, was Electric Company General Electric. Huge signal. Went as far west as Herkimer, as far east as Pittsfield, as far south as Torrington, Connecticut, as far north as way above Lake Fort Ticonderoga. It went way up there. Way up there. And way down there. Pittsfield, Connecticut, New York State, Massachusetts. Well, I went peddling it everywhere I could. Well, I certainly had a good story to present. In January, February, March, April, and then I received a call from Al Zink, who was the program director at WRGB, General Electric, Schenectady, Albany, Troy. And he asked me to come up and present my idea to the general manager. And so busily I gathered the kids in the neighborhood. We made a little TV show. We taught them how to do it, dressed them in costume, sailor's outfit. And we went up and did much more for Mr. Zink than just talk to him. We actually presented a show. Well, I guess they were pretty impressed. And so they reserved, and Mother and I had an 11 Folsoms. We drove home with the kids. And thanked the neighborhood kids. And then it wasn't very long afterwards that we got a call, and it was practically, "Can you go on the air tonight?" And the whole station got busy making a flat, a ship, and a little bouncing up and down ship for the opening. And I got local children together from that area, and within 2-3 days we were on the air, and I mean on the air, because this was live, because the friendly fireman left the station, apparently in an altercation, and went to California, but he left quite precipitously and left them with a 15-minute time slot every day unfilled, which Glendora very nicely filled. How much did we get charged for that? $175? I don't think so. It was either 125 or 150, something like that. A week. Paid by General Electric. Big General Electric. And how old was Glendora in 1956? 28. With the SS Glendora show. And I really should be on videotape, because I have pictures of that to show you. Well, it was quite a success. Glendora lived at the YWCA, next to WRGB TV station, which was a converted bowling alley on the Mohawk River, right at the bridge going over to Scotia. And my address was still 19 Colonial Avenue, Springfield, Massachusetts. And our apartment was on the 3rd floor. We started redecorating the bedroom. We had a yellow bedspread made for the double bed. We had the wallpaper done in black and white stripe. We had a cabinet built for Franklin's newspapers. The newspapers when he had a front page story, and the newspaper articles that were inside the paper. And we had shelves, special shelves made by a special cabinet maker for Franklin's 3-ring notebooks, where he cut out his newspaper articles and pasted them every day. And then we had special shelves for his baseball magazines. He collected baseball magazines all of his life, and he saved them. To this day, we have them. And this day is September 7th, Labor Day, 2009. So it was a 15-minute show. We had a prop man, we had floormen, we had cameramen, we had directors, and everything was live. Kathy had her cooking show, and back to back was Earl Jarvis playing the piano, and then came the SS Glendora, I believe it was at 5 o'clock. Then came Freddie Freihofer, another children's show live, at 5:15. Now this is all back to back. And then came Bill Mulvey and a Western show, movies, and the Bronco Bill. And then at 6 o'clock came the after 6-7, Earl Pudney and his band playing music. There was Teenage Barn Friday night, a huge production.